What are you doing, AC?
Look up. See there, my reputation precedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we heard about you.
What are you doing? What are you?
Oh, just hanging
Golly.
out. I heard you were out here, and
Yeah.
so glad to see you come out here. You know?
Well,
yeah, we miss you.
I'm glad to be here. I had a problem this morning when I got up. Well, for one thing, I didn't get very much sleep last night. I kept waking up and seeing I was still asleep. Anyway, okay, that's one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and the other one, have you ever seen somebody just so beautiful and you just wanted to just reach out and just give them a great big old hug? Well, that happened to me this morning too when I got up. And I reached out to give a great big old hug, and I bumped my head on my mirror 3 times right there.
Oh, did you break it?
Yeah, I almost did.
Yeah, you get 7 years bad luck, you do that.
Oh man, I tell you what, I'm having too much fun out here.
That's what we do. That's what we do at Quartzfest.
That's what we do at
Too
Quartzfest.
much fun.
If
Have
you're
you ever
not having
seen-
fun, you're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right. Have you ever seen so many antennas? You know,
Yeah, last year.
yeah, last year. You know what it reminds me of? A porcupine convention. I mean, look around. Yeah. Oh, you're filming. Shame on you.
Why?
No, I thought he just took a picture.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
man.
No, we got to get all of AC.
Hey, gotta get all of it, man. Yeah.
We can edit the bad stuff out.
Yep, yeah, getting the edit. This boy, you'll end up having to remove the whole video, won't you? That's
There
a
is
nice
no-
camera.
There is no bad stuff. For me.
No, that's no bad. We just have a good time. That's
Yeah.
all.
So how long have you been coming out here?
I've been coming out here since about 93.
Wow.
93. I was up in Bremerton, Washington.
Dan wasn't even born then.
This is back in my younger days. I was in Bremerton, Washington. I had just left Sturgis, South Dakota.
Yeah.
And I went to Bremerton. And I came down the coast. And you're not going to believe this, but I was going to Corpus Christi
I don't believe it.
for spring break. Yes, you would. It took 5.5 months for me to leave Bremerton, Washington, and get to Corpus Christi for spring break. I was coming down the coast, and you'd go 5 miles, and there'd be a place you could pull over and camp. It didn't cost anything. You could boondock. And I'd stay there a week because I just like to watch the sunsets and everything. And then I said, well, it's time to go. And I'd go maybe 5, 6, 8 miles down the road, and there'd be another nice place you could pull over and stay. And I'd do that. And it took 5.5 months. Bremerton, Washington, all the way down, come through Quartzsite, come to Quartzfest. Well, it wasn't Quartzfest back then. It was just a bunch of hams getting together. And then went on down El Paso, down, what's that guy down there where they had the big boxing match and everything, west of the Pecos?
Judge Roy Bean?
Judge Roy Bean. Went to Judge
Yeah.
Roy Bean's place. He wasn't at home. Didn't expect him to be because he was dead. But anyhow, went from there on over to Corpus and had the most grandest time on the beach there at Padre Island.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
man.
I own a house in Port Aransas.
I
right
Port
on the beach.
Aransas, yeah, the Aransas Pass. That's where I was at. Yep. Look, these people are surrounding my motorhome. All these college kids are surrounding my motorhome because I told the ladies that if they need the facilities, the motorhome is there. If the men need facilities, the ocean is out there. So, and the women the girls just, and so they all and I had my Santa Claus hat. And anyway, all of a sudden about 11 o'clock, midnight, here come the sheriff. They got all these sheriff's deputies. Sheriff deputies pulled up, and they said, whose motorhome is this? Well, you can park on the beach for free. Whose motorhome is this? And they said, it belongs to Santa Claus. And they said, Santa Claus? And they said, yeah, tell him to come over here. So they went out in the crowd, and they found me, and they brought me over there, and they said, is this your motorhome? And I said, yeah. And they said, well, you need to move it. And I said, no, not really. I said, it's free parking here on the beach. I can stay as long as I want. He said, yeah, but you need to move it tonight. We don't want you here now. We need you to move your motorhome. I said, you see them cars that's parked in front of me, and you see all those vehicles that's parked beside of me, and this other vehicle back here? You've got to get those vehicles moved before I can move. And you don't move one of these big motorhomes just like that. It takes 2.5 hours to get everything packed up before you can even crank it up to move it. He says, well, you better move it soon. He says, I don't want to see it here in the morning. Okay. In the morning, I got up and I cranked it up because everybody was gone. And I moved like from here across the wash over there, you know, like 30 yards in park and did it all over again. But he didn't show back up. He was one of those volunteer sheriffs, you know. He didn't show back up. But I did move it. Man, that's enough out of me.
Oh, well, you got your trike here. Do you have that? Is it still running?
That I'm about to lift that out. That's my trike.
Yeah.
And I won first place at the Williams, Arizona, July the 4th parade. I won first place, and that was me on there.
Cool.
Seneca. While I was down there at Corpus, they got all these vehicles down there parked along the beach. All the guys and gals are all lined up along the beach for like a mile, mile and a half, 2 miles. The cars are going down to the end, turning around and coming back, turn around and going back down, and all they're doing is driving by and looking at all the girls. I asked one girl if she would want to ride on my trike in the back. I said, you'll respect me in the morning. And she hopped on the back of my bike in her bikini, and we rode down about a mile, turn around and come back. And as we're coming back, there were other girls that she knew where I was fixing to drop her off, and they were saying, I want to ride, I want to ride, I want to ride, because they was all getting to see everybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, and I had a good time, and I rode 13 girls on my trike during that period of time. And every time I made the corner, there was a couple of guys sitting on the pickup, and you could hear them say, he's got another one. He's got another one. And next to last time I come by, he said, and I quote, I'll give you the pink slip to my pickup truck for that three-wheeler. And I told him, I said, son, it's not the three-wheeler. You just need to go get you a hat.
Thank you, AC. Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Now how?